Fidelity is one of the most important and at the same time, most complicated aspects in any relationship. We all wish to have someone by our side who we can trust without hesitation. But why is it that some people can stay faithful for years, while others are constantly looking for something new? As it turns out, the stars can reveal a lot about our tendencies in love and relationships. Today, we're going to dive deep into astrology and discover which zodiac signs are considered the most faithful and reliable partners, and which, on the contrary, are more prone to temptation. Perhaps you'll learn something new, not just about your partner, but about yourself as well. Are you already wondering which category your zodiac sign falls into? Let's find out right now. From an astrological point of view, a person's ability to remain faithful in relationships is influenced by several important factors, primarily the planets and elements that rule their zodiac sign. First and foremost, Venus plays a crucial role here, as this planet governs love, harmony, feelings, and personal values in relationships. When Venus is positioned in signs that seek stability and loyalty, such as Taurus, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, it becomes much easier for a person to stay faithful and pursue long-term commitments. The moon is another significant planet, governing our emotions and our need for care, protection, and emotional comfort. People with a strong moon, especially if it's placed in water or earth signs, typically form deep emotional bonds with their partners, seeking closeness and stability, which makes them more faithful and committed. Another essential aspect is the zodiac sign's element, which significantly shapes an individual's personality and their attitude towards love and fidelity. For example, earth signs Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn are known for their practicality, reliability, and constancy. Naturally, they need to feel secure and calm, which makes them inclined toward long-lasting, stable relationships and faithful to their partners. Water signs Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces have profound and powerful emotions, attach easily, and love genuinely, making them reliable and faithful partners. However, if water signs feel unloved or emotionally disconnected, they may seek emotional fulfillment elsewhere. On the other hand, air signs Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and fire signs Aries, Leo, Sagittarius have lighter, more impulsive natures. Air signs often struggle with consistency due to their curiosity, love for diversity, and desire for new experiences. Fire signs are distinguished by their intense passion and emotional impulsiveness, which can sometimes lead them into rash decisions or quick infatuations with new people. Nevertheless, it's essential to understand that these characteristics aren't definitive verdicts. Each person is unique, and astrology merely helps us grasp our natural tendencies. Now that we've explored the basics, let's move on to specific examples and find out which zodiac signs are considered the most faithful and which ones frequently face temptation. Now let's talk about the 3 zodiac signs that are rightfully considered the most faithful and reliable in relationships. By nature, these signs gravitate towards long-term unions and stability, making them especially valuable as romantic partners. The first sign undeniably making this list is Taurus. Ruled by Venus, Taurus strives for harmony, comfort, and stability. For Taurus, relationships are a zone of reliability and emotional security, allowing them to fully open up. Taurians don't like changes or experiments in their personal lives, preferring deep connections tested by time. Their natural practicality and common sense encourage them to work through relationship issues rather than seek quick fixes or fleeting pleasures. However, even Taurians have their weak spots. If their partner fails to provide the emotional and physical closeness they need, or consistently disrupts their inner comfort and stability, Taurus may begin to feel unhappy and start doubting the relationship. The next sign, known for exceptional loyalty, is Cancer. Governed by the moon, the planet of emotions, care, and family warmth, Cancer becomes deeply and strongly attached to their partner, fostering emotional closeness and strong family bonds. For Cancers, loyalty is their natural state of being because they value stability and protection in relationships above all else. They're ready to care endlessly for their loved ones, maintaining devotion even in the toughest circumstances. Yet their emotional sensitivity can sometimes backfire. If a Cancer feels unloved, rejected, or emotionally neglected, they may withdraw inward and seek emotional warmth elsewhere. The third sign completing this trio of the most faithful zodiac signs is Capricorn. Capricorns are ruled by the stern and responsible Saturn, making people of this sign reliable, faithful, and extremely serious in relationships. Capricorn dislikes wasting time on short-term infatuations and casual connections, preferring a partner with whom they can build long-term plans and achieve life goals. For Capricorn, a relationship isn't just about love and feelings, but also mutual work, responsibility, and respect. However, even such a stable sign has weaknesses. If Capricorn feels unsupported by their partner or believes the partner isn't equally invested, they can become cold, emotionally distant, and even consider leaving the relationship. These three zodiac signs are considered among the most trustworthy and faithful romantic partners. Still, it's important to remember that any person, regardless of their zodiac sign, can exhibit loyalty or infidelity, and much depends on how partners build their relationship. Now let's look at the opposite side and find out which zodiac signs most often face temptations and why they find it difficult to remain faithful. Now let's move to the opposite side of the issue and examine the three zodiac signs that find it hardest to remain faithful in relationships. The first sign often appearing on lists of the most fickle is Gemini. People born under this sign are characterized by their innate curiosity and craving for constant new experiences. Ruled by Mercury, Geminis can't stand boredom and monotony, always seeking out something new and exciting. It's precisely this desire for variety that leads them into temptation. Usually, Geminis are driven towards infidelity when their relationships become too predictable, routine, or emotionally monotonous. However, it's important to remember that Geminis can remain faithful if their partner continually maintains their interest and keeps the relationship varied. To keep a Gemini loyal, relationships should be vibrant, emotionally rich, and unpredictable. The next sign prone to instability in personal life is Sagittarius. Sagittarians are ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion, freedom, and adventure. They constantly seek new horizons and love exploring the unknown. Individuals born under this sign struggle with any restrictions placed on their personal freedom and independence. Often, their desire for adventure and craving for fresh emotions lead them to infidelity. Sagittarians can be especially susceptible to temptation if their partner becomes excessively controlling or restricts their freedom of movement and communication. However, Sagittarians can change if they find a partner who shares their passion for adventure and respects their personal space and independence. In such relationships, Sagittarius feels comfortable and does not seek emotional fulfillment elsewhere. The third sign completing this trio is Aquarius. Aquarians are governed by Uranus, the planet of freedom, change, and nonconformity. People of this sign are distinguished by independent thinking and behavior. They dislike boundaries and limitations, and often resist traditional views about love and relationships. They require a sense of inner freedom, and excessive obligations or routine can drive them to seek something new. Situations where Aquarius feels trapped by commitments or everyday problems can lead to emotional detachment and seeking excitement outside the relationship. However, this doesn't mean Aquarians cannot be faithful. For a stable and strong relationship with an Aquarius, it's crucial to respect their individuality and avoid trying to fully control their life. Aquarius can be a loyal partner if they find someone capable of understanding and accepting their deep-seated need for freedom and self-expression. These three zodiac signs are more often faced with temptation and may show inconsistency in relationships. Yet, it's essential to remember that astrology merely helps us understand our natural tendencies, and true loyalty always remains a matter of personal choice and inner resolve. Now, let's discuss the signs in the middle. Which of them find fidelity easy, and which might show weakness under certain circumstances? Now let's talk about the zodiac signs that fall into the so-called golden middle. These are the signs whose loyalty directly depends on circumstances and the nature of their relationships. Among these signs, Leo, Scorpio, and Libra particularly stand out. Starting with Leo, ruled by the sun, it's crucial for them to feel admired and receive plenty of attention from their partner. If a Leo feels loved, respected, and valued within the relationship, they become one of the most loyal and devoted partners. However, as soon as Leo begins to feel undervalued, ignored, or insufficiently appreciated, their ego might drive them to seek validation elsewhere. To keep a Leo faithful, their partner must consistently demonstrate that Leo is a special and irreplaceable person in their life. The next sign is Scorpio. It's one of the most emotionally profound signs, ruled by Pluto, the planet of transformation and passion. Scorpios can exhibit incredible devotion and even self-sacrifice if they experience complete mutuality and a deep emotional bond with their partner. Trust, passion, and honesty are fundamental to Scorpios. But if they sense even the slightest hint of deception, betrayal, or emotional distance, Scorpio may withdraw or even respond in kind. Scorpio's faithfulness is always a reflection of how much trust they have in their partner and how genuine the relationship is. The third sign in this golden middle is Libra, governed by Venus, the planet of love and harmony. Libras naturally seek balance and stability in relationships. Libras usually remain loyal to their partner as long as the relationship provides them with a sense of harmony, balance, and mutual love. However, Libras always feel the need for emotional and aesthetic fulfillment. If the relationship becomes excessively conflicting, unbalanced, or boring, Libra might start wavering and seeking new emotions and experiences. To maintain Libra's loyalty, it's essential to preserve balance in the relationship, avoid conflicts, and pay attention to emotional intimacy and mutual understanding. Thus, for these signs, loyalty always depends on the circumstances and emotional climate within their relationships. While these signs can be extremely loyal and faithful, if trust, respect, or attention is lost, they might easily succumb to temptation. Now let's discuss what to do if your partner appears in the list of less faithful signs. How can you preserve your relationship and restore harmony? If your partner happens to be among the so-called unfaithful zodiac signs, it doesn't mean your relationship is doomed. In fact, fidelity is always a personal choice, and there's a lot you can do to keep your relationship stable and strong. First and foremost, avoid trying to strictly control your partner or limit their freedom. Instead, aim to create conditions where they feel comfortable and excited to be with you. Be open and communicate clearly about your feelings and expectations. Regularly discuss what each of you feels is missing, and find ways to bring more emotion and variety into your life together. It's also important to recognize that freedom and variety are particularly crucial for certain signs. If your partner belongs to such a sign, try to frequently introduce new experiences into your relationship. Shared travels, experiments, and adventures can help maintain their interest and reduce the likelihood they'll seek excitement elsewhere. But how can you tell if your partner genuinely wants to remain faithful and preserve the relationship? Pay attention to their actions and behavior. If they're willing to speak openly about their feelings, honestly discuss problems, show care, and try to spend more quality time together, these are strong indicators that they truly value your relationship. Above all, nurture, trust, and be sincere yourself. Only in an atmosphere of honesty and openness can you build strong and healthy relationships.